Okay, got a little bit cringy there, didn't it? I hope I didn't lose you. Today we're gonna talk about some stuff in the game, harvesting oats and wheat. Plots 30 and 31, I've got oats in 31 and wheat in 30. 23 is soybeans, I'm sorry, sunflowers, and by my house is corn. Playing with seasons, of course, as you can see. 9 days per season. Now I planted all of the oats and wheats back in last year. So that is why it is ready to harvest today on day 7. I planted it at the perfect time. I also had to make sure there was enough rain. There have been days, or years, I should say, about year 3. I didn't plant anything because it was so dry. It hadn't rained the entire year, except for early spring, and then for some reason, no rain, of course, in the summer is to be expected. Back in year 3. And then it didn't rain in the fall at all. That's never, sometimes that happens with seasons on Start From Scratch. It's going to happen. Now you might hear a hum. And it's not your TV, it's not your ears. It's this bass transceiver station. It's got a little hum to it. Gives me income per hour. You notice it says $380 per hour. It's actually about $150 per hour because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. That is what is going on with that. If that hope that makes sense. So we're going to jump in my sports car. Here I've got the bale collector because I'm going to be collecting straw from the oats and the wheat after I harvest it. Here's the seeder, which I'm going to be planting grass in both the oats and the wheat. The reason is because if we take a look at my crop rotations planner, we're looking at rotation B and rotation C. I'm going to harvest the wheat in B, then I'm going to plant grass. Rotation C, we're going to harvest the oats, and then we're going to plant grass. These are what I like to use. Very, very helpful. Today, at around 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock is when I'm thinking it's going to be ready to harvest. Because right now, I have everything turned on for crops. I have everything turned on for snow. Basically, I play on hardcore mode. Not only do I play the hardest difficulty, but I turn everything on for crops. There is a way to turn crop moisture off, but I choose not to. Like I said, I'm a hardcore player. See how, if you look here, we got Fahrenheit. Seasons introductions, that's good. It pauses the game. Not really, actually. It's a false nomer when seasons introductions comes on, if everybody's familiar with that. It'll say spring, it'll give you one for summer, fall, and winter. And you think the game's paused, but it's not. It's continuing to run. So be careful on what fast forward you have. Now then you got crop moisture on. And there is a way to turn that off, but like I say, that's not my gameplay style, and if that's yours, that's great. I'm not gonna make fun of anybody or try to make anybody feel bad about the way they play the game. This is just me and how I play. After I plant the grass, I'm going to show you that this has fertilizer as well as the seeds, which is good. But then I'm going to show you See here, this has liquid fertilizer. I'm going to show you that I will not be able to add liquid fertilizer the same day as I planted, because it is already going to have a fertilization element with the planter, the seeder, I'm sorry. But there is something I have discovered with seasons, that if I add manure the same day, or possibly even slurry, I don't know, I haven't tested slurry, but I know definitely manure will be able to make it 66% fertilized on the same day as I planted. Now, if you're a player like me who plays hardcore with crop destruction on, we all know it's a race to get that fertilization and herbicide, by the way, before the crops are too long to where our tractor tires are going to ruin the crops. Also, in seasons, I believe, sometimes you can only have 2 grass harvests. I'm going to show you, or I'm going to tell you, that if you add manure twice to your grass field during the fertilization process from 33 to 66 to 100, that you're going to get a 3 harvest grass cycle for the entire year. That's if you add manure. I'm sure it's the same for slurry. But right now I just don't have a lot of slurry. I've got a ton of manure for the cows. Look at all that manure. It takes a while for that to collect like that. And then the pigs, of course, if you watch my other video, have stopped producing manure. That's just all that's going to be left. And now I've switched over to just slurry, because I just can't keep up with the demand that pigs require for straw. When and after, which will be in another video after this one today, I'm going to purchase something very cool in the garage, which is found under crop protection. The title of the video will be the Challenger Terragator. I'm not going to purchase it yet. I'm going to purchase it in the video so everybody can follow along. Holds 45,000 liters of manure. That's going to be cool. Very cool. Because I have enough manure. And I'm going to use this here. This 8,000 liter mega bucket on my JCB wheel loader. So it's going to be six loads, because 6 times 8 is 48, even though it holds 45,000. And then I'm going to drive the Terragator right here, as you see, and load it up, and that's going to be part of the video. But we're just going to park that there for now. Now let me show you all the equipment that I need just to harvest, make straw, of course, make it into bales, which I am choosing to do because I need them for total mixed rations. 4,000 is a nice number. Here's the wind rower. There's a larger wind rower than this in the Mod Hub that I've tried out, and it's just a little bit too clunky for straw. I think you all are familiar with it. I don't have it anymore. I sold it. I suppose we can go look at it for the purposes of this video. I do not like it because it gets stuck too much. It's just a little bit too bulky. Let me see if I can find it. I believe it's that one. 14.8. Yeah. This one. Tried it, didn't like it. Just way too clunky and big, and it's just like a bull in a china shop for a farm like mine. Now that would be awesome, of course, for giant fields. For example, in Ravenport, where fields are massive. But that just doesn't. This didn't really work well in Felsbrunn. I could see how it would work on field 22, which is a large map, 13, 10. But it didn't really work well for my little small area here. So if you're wondering why, then I have my tractor with the trailer ready to go. That holds 56,000 liters. And then the harvester here, the Massey Ferguson, which is only 12 slots for console players. I like that a lot. Slots is everything for console. I'm not going to have these big fancy 48 slot harvester combines. I'm just not going to do it. That's just, I'm not going to do it. Then there's the bale, automatic bale square barrel loader. And then I have my baler here set up. It's a lot of equipment for harvesting. And then after all that, after I use all of the equipment, I take it over here to this wash station here. I have one wash station. Here is the other wash station. No, I originally was just going to make one video, but 2 videos I think would be better. But those of you that want to stick around and watch something cool, let me show you. I'm going to predict that the crop moisture is going to go away at around noon. And then I'm going to start harvesting. Because I've got all of my animals fed, except for the sheep. And there's a reason for that, as you will all see. So I'm going to fast forward it now to where the crop moisture icon goes away. So let's watch. There it is. Wait, never mind. I just saw my neighbors harvest their field. See, I wonder what contracts, if there's any even available. No, I don't even have any harvest contracts available today. There is, though, a way for PlayStation 4 console players to save the game, quit the game, come back into the game, and a harvest contract should pop up. But I don't feel like doing that. I've gotten to the point now, I'm almost on year 10, where I really don't need to do... Oh, there we go, 10 o'clock. The crop moisture went off. I don't really need to concern myself so much with doing contracts anymore because I'm pretty well established. So you can see here, I'm on year... Here, let me go back again. Year 9. You saw it pop up there and go away. So I'm pretty well established. I don't really have to worry about. But if somebody wants to do that, there's a little tip, a little helpful advice. It's where if you want to get a harvest contract when it's harvest season, you go to the day of the harvest just before, let's say about 8 in the morning, save your game, quit the game, come back in, and a harvest contract should pop up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just letting everybody know that that's something to help the players out there discover something that's very helpful that they want to do. Well, let me turn the help menu on because I do not want to accidentally not have this ready for a straw swath. Enable straw swath. There we are. So if you'd like to stick around and watch me harvest, that'd be great. But if you want to just skip to the next video after this one, you're welcome to do that as well. You notice how fast this harvester goes? 20 miles per hour harvesting. I don't know if that's a happy accident, but most harvesters do not go that fast. You know, it's one of those glitches that's a good glitch. I don't know if that's even work as intended or not, but I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. I could harvest 20 miles per hour all day long, as long as the terrain is not too hilly. Because this harvester, even though it does have some horsepower, when it hits a hill, it can slow down. This thing is a champ harvesting on ground that's, you know, not that steep. Harvest very quickly. That's always nice, right? Of course it is. I estimate I'm going to get around, if I was to take an educated guess with both the oat field and the wheat field, for what the crop rotation planner said as far as my yield goes, it was 95%, 0.95 for wheat and 1.20 for oats. If you add that all together, I was to guess, from experience, I could probably get about 40, 50 bales of straw today, which is good, because I'm only down to about 11 left for the cows. And then I use straw also to make total mixed rations. So in this video, I'm going to harvest this oats here, make some straw bales, plant the grass, and then show how manure can be spread as well on top of the fertilizer material that's going to be in the seeder. And I'm going to also show how liquid fertilizer, the game will not let you add liquid fertilizer on top of the fertilizer that was in the planter or the seeder. You have to wait a couple days, I've noticed. So I have 9 days set per season. Whoop. See, I have crop destruction turned on. Whoops. I was not paying attention. Leave that running. Run over to my tractor with the trailer. Look at the sky. Even though it's cloudy, it is kind of a bright, cloudy day, isn't it? And before you know it, this video will be done, and everybody can say to themselves that they hopefully have learned something today. That's what I'm here to do, is entertain and educate, as well as wow, it's not working. Wonder why that is. Well, hey Mo. Hey Mo! It ain't filling up, Mo. What's going on, Mo? Now I know this is fully repaired. But I wonder why it's not filling this. This is very peculiar. Let me check my garage. This is my first time using this trailer for such this purpose. I was not expecting this. What is going on?